Good evening to my friends and classmates at Indiana Wesleyan. It's good to be with you. It's going to be great to see your videos and see your faces and hear your voices. I can tie that in with all the posts this week. I love reading the book. Um, I love thinking about how this can work in small group situations. He talked about that. But before we can do any of that, we have to understand our own areas. And so the first one for me is definitely harmony. I want people to like me. I want people not to be mad at me, to disagree with me. I want everybody to be happy, and that's a good thing because when there is conflict, I'm trying to find the common ground for people. But it's a bad thing because you can't make everybody happy, and sometimes you understand that when there's a little bit of conflict, it can be healthy conflict because it means that there's some movement in a direction. You just aren't agreeing on how to get there yet. And so it can be a good thing and a bad thing, but I definitely am a harmony guy. The second thing I'm a communicator. I love to communicate. Sometimes I do it better than others, but I have a passion for it. I want to learn. I want to get better. I just love communicating the gospel in a simple way, transforming way. I'm grateful for that verse in Corinthians, not by eloquent words, but by the power of the Spirit. Uh, the more simple that it is, the better it seems to be. I love to do that. My third thing, I am a belief guy. Um, there's a reason I believe that the way that I do, and so it's not only about what I believe, but why I believe it. And I even love people who don't believe the way I do, but talking to them when they say, "This is what I believe and why I believe it," and most of the time I can find common ground there, and that goes back to the harmony thing. But common ground and say, you know what, we disagree about these little things, but the core principle of what we're talking about, we're actually in agreement on. I have a Calvinistic friend. We're not that far off from Wesleyan thought. We're very close together, and so it's so much fun to do that. The fourth thing, I'm a relator. I like to relate with people. I want to know about their life. I want to know about their likes. I want to know about their dislikes, so that when I am communicating, I'll try and hit on something that they like. If it's a hobby, we have a bunch of horse people in our congregation. From time to time, I'll bring that in, or maybe I know some younger people that like social media and they have an iPad or a Kindle Fire. And like yesterday, I used an example of the logos quiz, and I just love to see them light up because I think that you don't talk about real life stuff in church and real life examples, and so I just love to watch that happen and then tie it in with our faith and our relationship with God, and there's just something powerful in that for me. The fifth thing is self assurance. Um, this is a hard one for me to admit because it comes off as needing to be fed or built up or be arrogant, but I don't believe it's like that. I'm still learning this, but it goes back to I want people to like me, and so when I do something well, I want to know what they think on it, and I want them to know if I'm doing good, and to be honest, I want to know if I'm doing bad. If there's something that I've messed up on or something I've done that's offended them, I want to know that because we can talk about it and we can address it. We may not arrive at a great conclusion or still be in perfect agreement, but that's how we grow together. And I found that when I do mess up and say, hey, I go back and say, hey, I apologize. Please forgive me for that. You're growing together, and people just see the transparency of, hey, you know what, we're in this together, and we're all in need of God's grace. So I'm interested to see my test results. I'm interested to see how close I am. But more than that, I'm interested just in getting to know you better. I hope you have a great week. Know that I do pray for you, and I know that you pray for me, and I greatly appreciate that. And God bless.